guys, welcome back to my channel and to another video. Today I've got a Q&A for you. About 3 months ago, that's ages ago, I put up a community post asking if anybody had any questions, and if I got enough of a response I would do a Q&A. And it's taken me this long to sit down and be able to actually get a video done for you. So I'm doing that today because I've had a rare half day at work and I've got some time before the school run to do a Q&A. So that's why I look a little bit scruffy. I apologise. My hair is in need of a wash and everything, but if I don't seize the moment when I've got it, it ain't going to happen. So there we go. If you are new around here, if this is your first time here or you're new to my channel and you want to find out more about me, I think I do have some previous Q&As. I'm not sure if I have a playlist for that yet or not. But my name is Claire. I'm a mum of 3 in the southeast of the UK. I'm a self-employed working mum and YouTuber. And yeah, I just do vlogs about my life as a mum of 3 working. Yeah, I'm a married mum and just life, just my life, grocery hauls, meals of the week, things like that. Day in the life videos. It's just all very real, and I try and keep it as real and relatable as I possibly can, because I don't like watching content that makes me feel like I'm lacking because my house isn't perfect or my life isn't perfect because life's not perfect. So I try and keep it as real and honest and everything as I can without over sharing things that I shouldn't be sharing. So there we go. And if you are new around here, or even if you're not new but you haven't yet subscribed, I'd love it if you'd hit the subscribe button. It's totally free, but it really helps my channel out. And share my channel with anybody who you think might enjoy it as well. So I've got a few questions to get through, but I think it'll be enough to do in one video. There's not like too many, so hopefully I shouldn't be talking for too long, but you know what I'm like, I'm very chatty. So I've got my laptop here and I'm on my YouTube studio, and I've managed to find, I think, all of the questions. I will stop and have a little look in Instagram afterwards, because I may or may not have a question on there or not. But the first question I have got that's come through is from Donna Barnett, and she says, I've been around long enough to know you love Halloween and Christmas. Do you prepare in advance? I'm going on holiday in the next term. So you'll have already been on holiday, Donna. I hope you had a lovely time, because it's taken me like so long to get around to doing this video. I've got an itchy bit here, sorry, I keep scratching it. Do we prepare in advance for Christmas? We prepare in advance as much as we can, in that I ask the children for their Christmas lists in October, for them to write a list of what they want, and then for them to write the letter to Santa or write their Santa list, so that Santa gets it well in advance and we know what they want. And my children know that they can put whatever they want on their list, put the things at the top that you really want, and then, you know, you won't get everything on your list. Me and Santa will we pick and choose, like me, Daddy and Santa pick and choose what we want off this list. So it depends what you're gonna get. That's kind of all we do. Like, we don't save up through the year for Christmas. We don't do anything like that really. It's just getting the kids' lists in advance, and sometimes we do like build up a little bit of things for Christmas, like food wise, but it usually gets eaten before Christmas because I'm such a pig. And all the kids are like, oh, can we open those? And if I want it, then I'm like, yeah, we can. So no, we haven't got like a Christmas food stash or anything like that. We're pretty like, in this family, we fly by the seat of our pants with most things, to be honest. So there's not a lot of forward planning that goes into anything. That includes like having babies and things like that. It's just, we are a very fly by the seat of our pants kind of couple and family. We never planned out having our kids. It was kind of like, shall we have a baby? Yeah, okay. Shall we sell the car and buy another one? Yeah, all right then. Yeah, we just fly by the seat of our pants and don't do much prep work for anything. So keeps things interesting, I suppose. But yeah, that's all we do is Christmas lists, and that's when you've got like children. I guess that's the main thing. We don't host because it's not big enough, and no, I'd love to host. I would quite happily host Christmas Day and do like a big buffet type thing, and just have it very informal. I would really enjoy that, but no one wants to do that. So there we go. So I go to other people's houses and I don't have to bloody host. So there we go. But if I was hosting, we would obviously have to buy things in advance that we wouldn't eat that we'd have to keep by because we were hosting. And then we've actually got invites everywhere else over the Christmas holidays, so I haven't had to host anything here, so I haven't even had to think about that, which has been all right. And then the next question I've got is from Sharon. What are your plans for the future? Do you use vision boards, or do you just wing life? We just wing life. We talk about what we want to do loosely. We do, like, because we always talk. But I don't have a vision board or anything. Mainly because I just think, well, where would I put it? Like, I'm already quite pushed for space. I don't know where I put my vision board. But I guess we have mental vision boards of where we would like to be, what we would like to do. I feel like we have manifested certain things just by chatting about them with each other, and like sharing our goals is kind of key, because when we share our goals, then if you keep it to yourself, it's not out there, no one else is aware of it, so no one else can help you work for it. But when we share them with each other, we can work as a team to make it happen. Basically, that's kind of how I feel. But most of our life is totally winging it. Like, it's just a big show of winging it in our house. But that's a really interesting question. What does that say? Oh, I don't know how to pronounce this. Carry-elves or Carry-elvis? Carry-ives? Maybe it's Carry-ives. I'm so sorry. She asks, I love your videos. Thank you so much. You have such a beautiful, sweet family, and you're down to earth, hardworking and relatable. You keep it real. Thank you. Please, do you have any advice on budgeting, etc.? How to save for birthdays, holidays, Christmas, days out, food and clothes, etc.? Many thanks, love and blessings. Oh, thank you. That's such a lovely comment. Okay, what do we do? Budgeting. I'm in charge of the finances, so that helps because I'm in control. I just better at budgeting. I think the thing about budgeting is you've got to know what you have coming in, and you've got to know what you have going out. The way that I've found it helps with budgeting is getting as little amount to come out of your account as you can. So we used to have loads and loads of monthly direct debits, and that would mean we had such a huge amount coming out. The stuff left at the end wasn't very much. So when I was in a position to, I switched over to paying annually for things like car taxes, insurances, even down to like the TV license. I think we do that quarterly at the moment. But I had as little amount of direct debits coming out each month as I possibly could, so that I knew sort of more what I was doing with money. And then because we had less coming out each month, that meant I could put a little bit more aside to save up for those annual bills. And I don't know how this works for other people, but I'm lucky enough to have a second stream of income through YouTube. So I'm fully self-employed, but my main bulk of my income comes from my cleaning business, and then YouTube is my second income. And now I have a little bit from the affiliate links too. So any like the YouTube money I earn, I put in savings, and I put that in savings each month, and it builds up to pay for the annual bills, because we have quite an expensive time when it comes to like March to June. We've got all the insurances renewing and life insurance and all of the stuff that we have to pay for that comes out in those few months. And then if you can just have like that building up quite in the background, that really helps when those things come up. We're like, oh, I need £400 for a car insurance. Okay, that's there. And then again, like things like in England, in the UK, if you're under a certain, I think it's only if you're over a certain amount, everybody gets child benefit for the benefit of the children. I don't know if other countries have a similar kind of system. It's basically just money solely given to families to help provide for the children, so they don't fall into poverty, so they've got, you know, clothes and things. I'm now luckily enough in a position where I can use that money to put that aside and build that up for like holidays or birthdays and things like that. So I've got a couple of pots that I'm building up constantly for when birthdays and things roll around, then I've got the money for those things. But it's not easy. It took us years and years and years to get into that position, and even now, like we had before I bought my new car, our car broke, and then that just took every bit of savings that I had, all bar my holiday money, and had it had to take the holiday money as well, we wouldn't have been going on a holiday because there was no more money from anything. So it's really difficult to get into that position if you're only on, you know, average wages, and, you know, you've got kids and things. It's really difficult. But if you can find a way of allocating a certain amount of money that goes into a separate account each month that's just going to build up, then that is a really good way of keeping money aside for bills. And then, like, if like food budgeting, was that mentioned? No. Oh yeah, food. I try and spend as little on food as I can while keeping it as healthy as possible. My children are incredibly fussy. If my kids liked all the different fruits, I'd buy them, but they don't. And then my food shopping would probably be more expensive, but then I wouldn't have to buy so much other stuff that they would eat, so it would probably balance out. But if you go through your cupboards each week, go through your cupboards, only buy what you need. Try not to be tempted with like impulse purchases like I was today at the shops, where I bought like half the stuff I didn't even need. Make a meal plan, and then try and stick to that meal plan as much as you can. Even if you have to like make some random dinners from the freezer, that's better than like spending loads of extra money on food that you could have just had something else at home. It's easier said than done, it really, really is. But that's kind of how I managed to keep the food costs down. So I hope that that's helpful. I am going to keep an eye on this might end up being a 2-part Q&A, to be honest, because I'm already at 11 minutes and I'm only like on the second or third question. Sally Marshall says, hi Claire, are you moving house? No, not yet. Eventually we will, but we can't afford to right now. It's the best of the world, we cannot afford to right now. We've discussed renting, and then maybe renting out our place and renting somewhere else. But right now, with our position, I'm not going to delve into my finances too much on the internet or my work, mine and my husband's work. But with how things are at the moment, we can't go anywhere at the moment, and it's not the right time to move. We've got too many other plates spinning, too many balls in the air for us to be moving right now. Everybody's always really concerned about the fact that my children share a bedroom, but to be honest, the only one that spends much time in his room consistently is my eldest, on his PlayStation after school. My other two, Charlie's quite often in the living room, and Lily flits between the two. You know, she's either in there like playing with her Barbies and things, or she's in the living room with Charlie. So it's not like they're jostling like, I want time in the room on my own, or so and so's in the room and they're annoying me. Occasionally we have that, but we don't, and it's not a problem yet. So it's not something that, you know, it's not like it's on our list, and we know we need to move, and of course we want to move, because we want more space and we need more space. But at the moment, being able to afford the roof that we've got is the main priority, as it is for so many people at the moment, because the cost of living is just crazy. So it is on our radar, it is something we want to do, but it's not going to be able to be done for a couple of years. I think our goal is to, in a couple of years, be ready to move house. But I would like to do it sooner, but you know, I'd like to have done it now. I'd like to have done it several years ago, but there we go. Joe Smith said, if you had to leave your house immediately and permanently, excluding family and pets, what 3 things would you take with you? My handbag, because it's got most of my essential stuff in it. So definitely my handbag. And this is such a hard question, but off the top of my head, it's definitely my handbag, my coat, because it's cold right now, and maybe our passports. I guess that would be a key thing to take with us, is passports, because if we're having to leave our house immediately and permanently, there's probably some shit going down. So I guess passports would be a good one. Yeah. And my coat, because it's just cold at the moment. I don't want to go anywhere without my coat. And then Lorna Ashford says, do you and your husband work full-time or part-time? I know you're a cleaner. What does your husband do? What car do you have that comfortably fits 3 kids in? Do your children share a room? Do you plan on moving house? And do you fit in time for yourself? If so, what do you do? Love your videos. Thank you so much. Well, yeah, I'm a cleaner and a YouTuber, so that's what I do. I'm not discussing what my husband does for work. He would me rather not, and I'm going to respect that, obviously. But he does work very hard. He works very hard, and he provides well for us. So I'm really proud of him. What car do we have that comfortably fits 3 kids in? We've got a Mercedes estate, and it does comfortably fit 3 children in. Previously, we had a Hyundai Santa Fe, and I loved it, and we got that when Charlie was only 17 months old. So right from when I had Lily, we had the Santa Fe, and we had that up until a few months ago, and it died. It literally just broke. Couldn't be fixed. It wasn't worth fixing. So we had to find another car that fit 3 children in. Our previous car comfortably fit 4 children in it because it had 2 seats in the back, and when my niece would come out with us, or if we took a friend somewhere, we had extra seats in the back. But the boot space when both the seats up wasn't great. But I think you're going to find that in most 7-seater cars, that once the back seats are up, you're limited on boot space. But the Santa Fe worked really well for us. I loved it. It was my mummy car. And then I was devastated when it broke. And my husband had, he was driving a Mercedes at the time, and he really liked it. And he said, if we're going to get you a car, I think I'm going to go for a Mercedes because they're easy to work on and they're reliable. He's a total petrol head as well. So he's always bought us the best car that we could afford. And he just loves cars, basically. So it's a really nice car that I've got now. I really love it. It's a big engine. It's 3 litre. It's fast, and I like that, and he likes that too. But it's safe, and it comfortably fits the 3 kids across the back. It's even wider than my old car, if you can believe. We drove it all the way to Spain in the summer, and we were comfortable in it completely. The boot is very big. Yeah, I love it. So any kind of estate car, I'd say. But whenever we buy a car, safety and reliability, and because Gareth loves cars, it's got to be, it's got to be nice, it's got to be fast, it's got to be fun to drive. So yeah, we've got a Mercedes, which is lovely, and I really like it. We've had BMWs in the past as well, but I don't think they would have been big enough for the 3 children, which is partly why we switched to the Santa Fe, because it just wouldn't have fit. We had 2 in car seats, and Zach was in a booster seat, so we really did need the space. But yeah, any kind of 7-seater would be great for 3 children, and just a large spacious estate, I would say, would be great for 3 children, because you definitely need the boot space, because there's so much crap that comes with having kids. And then do my children share a room? Yes, they do. Do we plan on moving house? Touched on that previously. Do I fit in time for myself? Do I work full time? Yes, my husband works full time. I work, including YouTube, I work full time. Including doing YouTube, I work full time. Since the kids are slightly older now, I now do some slightly longer days. So I'm not back for school pick up every single day, but my husband will pick them up, or they'll go into after school childcare. But by and large, I come back to the school run. But if you include the time that I spend YouTubing and editing videos, which is work because it's my second part of my income, then yeah, I would be classed as a full-time working mother. And yeah, do I fit in time for myself? No. It's no, not really. My workouts and my me time. I won't compromise on my workouts. And if I am forced to compromise on my workouts, it puts me in a bloody bad mood, because that's something I do for myself, for my physical health and my mental health. I need to do them. And my mental health and my anxiety levels are very much tied to how I feel about my body and the way I look. So for me, doing my workouts is really crucial to all of that. But as for me time, I don't really know. I mean, I spend longer in the shower than I should, just because that's where nobody can get me. They might come in and ask for something, but I can't help them because I'm in the shower. So I do spend longer in the shower, and I'll put my phone up and I'll watch Netflix, or I'll watch YouTube videos and things on there, or I'll just stand in there holding my phone, messaging people. because I can't be gotten in there. That's one place that you can't bother me. Even if I'm sat on the toilet, they come and bother me. So in the shower though, I'm largely left alone, which is wonderful. But yeah, I don't really get a lot of me time, but it's okay, because you know, one day they'll be older and I'll have all the me time I want, and you know, I'll miss them coming to me, or I'll be the one going to them and come spend time with mummy. But yeah, I mean, me and my husband don't get a huge amount of time to spend together, but what I really love doing with him is just being able to sit on the couch in the evening and watch something. And what I did enjoy the other day is I was exercising and he was listening to a podcast, so while I was exercising we were listening to that together, and that was interesting. That's something we've not done before, is listen to a podcast, and that was good. But yeah, I don't know, every mother around the world, ask her if she's got time for me time. Not particularly. Someone else says, regarding Christmas, how much do you spend on each child and what are your traditions? That's also from Lorna Ashford. Traditions. So we, I don't know, do we have any hard and fast traditions? We always like to go and see Santa. So we always take him to see Santa each year. We try and go to our local town centre to see him, because the children like that, and we usually like buy a coffee or a hot chocolate or something. What else do we do? Quite often we'll try and watch a movie on Christmas Eve, and we do like to take them to see on one of the estates locally to us have lovely Christmas lights. We're not going to be able to do it this year because we're actually at my nan's this year, and we've never been there before on Christmas Eve because they used to live in Florida and they've recently moved back. So our Christmas Eve this year is going to look very different. But we do usually like to, the kids like pizza. You all know my kids love pizza. They like pizza for dinner, and I'll put a Christmas movie on for them. And then we will normally have a takeaway, or we'll have pizza as well. But we do love a curry on Christmas Eve, and that used to be like a big thing before we had children. We'd always go to my mum's and have a curry, because my grandparents would be coming over from Florida, and like we'd have a curry on Christmas Eve and everything. But yeah, it's changed a bit, and then this year it's going to be different. Christmas morning, they all wake up and come into our bed and they do their Santa sacks, and that's lovely, and I hope they're still going to do that even when they're big smelly teenagers, and Lily's a precocious teenage girl. I do hope they're still going to do that. We always put the mince pie and the milk out, so I think there's a bit of a crossover with traditions. My mum is American, so, and we used to do like milk and cookies as well as like mince pies sometimes, and Gareth, I think, I don't know what he did when he was younger, but it's all mince pies. So some years we do mince pies and milk, other years we do like cookies and a mince pie and milk. Sometimes there's whiskey or whatever involved. It's a bit of a mishmash between the two. So yeah, whatever we have on hand really is what we leave out for Santa. But we've got a little plate and a carrot obviously for the reindeer. We've got a Santa plate and a little carrot plate that we put those on, and that's what they like to do. They also always say goodbye to the elves, because we've got 4 elves on the shelf. Yes, I know, 4, it's a lot. They're little bastards that come into my house every December, and yes, I like saying goodbye to them. But yes, we have elves on the shelves, and they always on Christmas Eve pick them up and give them a hug and a kiss, because obviously you can't touch them before then because they lose their magic, but they always say goodbye to them because they know Santa's coming to pick them up. And yeah, so that's always really sweet, and they miss their elves when they go. They always have advent calendars. They always have advent calendars, chocolate advent calendars from us. My mum normally buys them one as well, and this year they've ended up with 3 each because my mother-in-law bought one too, so they've all got 3 advent calendars this year. And that's about it really for Christmas traditions. I don't think we have any other ones. We like having cinnamon rolls for breakfast on Christmas Day, so I need to make sure I get some, because some years I remember, other times I don't, but I'm definitely getting some this year. So that's kind of what it is for our Christmas traditions. But again, like I said, we're kind of like fly by the seat of our pants kind of people, so we don't have any hard and fast routines kind of thing. Let's see what other questions. How am I doing for time? 24 minutes. This is a longie, isn't it? I'm going to have to do this in 2. I'll answer one more question, and then I think I'll have to make it the next bit into a second video. Okay, Tracy Cornfoot, who I think is also a cleaner. We're in the cleaner club. What do you want to do work-wise in the next few years? What I'm doing now, because it's flexible. It's so flexible. I don't have to worry about anybody else's crap. Like, some people have said, why don't you take on staff? I'm like, no, thank you. No, thanks. I've got enough of my own crap to deal with. I don't need to be dealing with other people's. Maybe when everyone is older and I'm not needed so hands-on at home, then maybe that's something I can expand into. But for now, the only thing I can see me doing is maybe taking on, maybe working slightly longer days, because the children won't need me as much. Like, you know, my husband can pick them up, or the boys can pick Lily up or whatever. But for now, certainly in the next, I'd say certainly in the next 2 or 3 years, my work, I want to stay the same, because I'm already working some extra hours and don't do all the pickups. So yeah, I think I'm maxed out at the moment. I've filled almost every slot. I have got a couple of slots that are becoming available because someone's on holiday for quite a long time, so I'm not going to be doing their house until March. But you know, that I can always find something to do in that time. And then someone else has had to cancel now after Christmas because of finances, so that's another slot that I can fill. But other than that, like, I am maxed out. I am out working every single day, so I'm perfectly happy with my situation and I don't want to change it. I love being my own boss. I love my clients. They're so nice and they've been so generous over the Christmas period that yeah, I'm really thankful for it. And then, like, my clients let me, most of them are happy for me to bring the children during the holidays, so that gives me that extra flexibility of not having to sacrifice earning while they're off, and I can take them with me. And they actually quite like coming to my clients' houses with me as well, so that is good, and they are really good when we're there. But I have still got, how many questions have I got left to get through? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, hang on. Oh no, we might be able to bash this one out. It's just going to be a long video. Sorry, guys. Do I live in the same town I was born in and close to my mum? That's from Anne Murphy. No, I was born in West London. So, from London. I live in... I moved to this area when I was 6.5, 7, about then. We moved out of London and here. And I've lived here ever since. When I was 21, I moved out with Gareth and we bought a house about 40 minutes from where we are now. But then when we decided to move, we moved back here, and yeah, to be closer to my mum, and we're really near his grandparents and his mum, so we're really close to all of our family virtually. So that's nice. It's nice mostly. And I don't know where we'll move to. It's all going to depend on house prices, but I mean, my husband's work certainly means that he needs to be in this area. I mean, my work is flexible, but if I were to move out of area, I'd have to build up my client base again. And like, our kids are going to be of the age when we do move that we don't want to be dragging them to new schools. So I really don't know. We're hoping to stay in this general area when we do come to move. And we really like living in Hampshire as well. I think it's a really lovely county to live in. There's so much countryside near us. Although we live right, like, close to town, we don't have to go far to get countryside. I really do like living here. Would you mind to do an individual... Oh no, that's not a question. No, that's not a question. That's just a comment. And someone else says, Popcorn38 says, do you have any life dreams, goals that you'd love to be able to achieve? Right, I'm going to say that again. Blah. Do you have any life dreams / goals that you'd love to one day be able to achieve? Yes, I want a house. Yeah, I want to move. I want to have a house. I want to be going on a couple of holidays a year. And I want to be £5 lighter. So they're my dreams and goals. But no, yeah, the big one is I want to have a house. I want to have a house and more space for my children and my family. Sometimes I think people think I don't care about that, and it gets lost on people that we can't afford to. No matter what we do, we just can't afford to right now. But that is a goal that we want to achieve. It's a goal that we will achieve. It's just, ever since we sort of went into the workforce and kind of become adults, it feels like there's been a recession after recession after recession. It's like we've just grown up and been adults and had kids in a terrible financial economic system, like climate. It's just been terrible. And yeah, that's just how it's been. And that's not just how it's been for me, it's been how it's been for loads of other people. And you know, maybe if I hadn't had a third child, we'd already be in a big house, but having 3 children was one of my life goals, and I wasn't prepared to sacrifice that, and I would never change it for anything, because I love my kids and I love my family. There was a period of time where I really thought I wanted a 4th when Lily was much younger, but I don't. I think what I was yearning for was for them that time back when they were little. And then because obviously we've had my niece so much, it's always felt like 4 was a natural number for us. But she is our 4th. She's our 4th one. She's the 4th one that slots in when she's here, and she makes it up to 4. That goal is fulfilled. But the house is definitely up there, and traveling. We want to travel, and me and my husband want to travel, and that's another reason why, like, we've just really said we don't want any more children, is because now my kids are at an age where I can be away from them more. I can leave, like we had our first weekend away and I'd never left my kids, all 3 of them. I've never left them. I've never been that far geographically from them, all the way in Cornwall. Yeah, I always know that I love my husband. I always know I like spending time with him. But I really was like, I want to do this more. Like, I want to be us again, as well as mum and dad and family and stuff. So I really want to go away more with my husband. I want to do weekends away. I want to go abroad with him. I want to take the children abroad. It's just travelling. Travelling is what we want to do, life experiences, and a house. Somewhere more bigger to live. I think that is everything for the Q&A. I believe. Yeah, and I've been rattling on for half an hour. I get so sick of my own voice. I really, really do. How any of you stand it, I don't know. If you've made it to the end of this Q&A, please, oh, just spat. please, leave like a heart at the bottom. Just a heart in the comments, so I know who's watched right till the end. I know who's invested enough to listen to me talk for 30 bloody minutes. But if you have enjoyed this, thank you so much for watching. I hope that that's answered the questions, all right? And I hope you've enjoyed it. And I will see you in the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye.